What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode of
Forever News!
The only news source that provides anything and everything anime and manga related, and we don't bore you. We get into it. Let's do it.
I must go. The time is now. I must go. It's time to get out.
Okay, people, before we get started, if you would hit that subscribe button and that bell to get notified. We drop new episodes of Forever News every Saturday, 12 p.m. EST. I'd greatly appreciate you hitting those buttons. Let's jump into the stories. First story on the docket. People, I thought that this was a meme. I'm not even gonna lie. I thought this was a joke. I thought this wasn't for real. I didn't think that this could possibly be legit. Now, in case you don't know, there are a lot of manga authors in the manga industry that like to keep their anonymity. They don't like their identities to be exposed. They like to be basically low-key. In fact, so much so that oftentimes they use a pen name. That's not only even just for the manga industry. There's writers, there's all sorts of different creatives that they don't go by their legit name. They basically conceal their identity. For example, there's the two creators, in particular one of them of Death Note. To this day, nobody really knows their identity. They use pseudonames. There's also Koyoharu Gotoge, author of Demon Slayer. We don't know their identity. Gege Akutami, we don't know their identity. In fact, just recently, I want to say last year, there was like a big interview where Gege wasn't on camera and we don't know who it is. Likewise with The Promised Neverland, we don't know the duo that created that. We just know their author names, their artist names, and so on and so forth, but they like to keep their anonymity for whatever reasons, whether it be that they're just shy, they don't want to be harassed, they don't want to be recognized in public. I mean, for crying out loud, Eiichiro Oda, to this point, even though early on he revealed his identity and there's pictures of him online, for the longest time now, he doesn't like his face to be shown because, again, you want to live a little bit more of a private life. Not everybody always wants to be recognized out in the street or something like that, and I totally respect it. It's not for everybody. But yeah, this new law that is being introduced in Japan could ruin all that. Because again, I saw a post that was floating around and I just thought like, nah, this can't be real. Of basically a new law is threatening to expose the identities of manga authors, and I was just flabbergasted, like, whoa. But yeah, let's read what's going on here, because I'm not even gonna lie, I still to this point I'm like, can this really happen? Can they like legitimately strip the privacy away from these authors? Like, yeah, let's read. Manga artists, VTubers fear Japan's new invoice system invites loss of privacy. Japan will implement a new system for filing invoices in October 2023. This is actually being implemented. This isn't just a introduced law. This is something that's going down. But it is unpopular among members of the creative industries who use pseudonyms. Under the new proposed system, invoices can only be considered verified if individuals filing them are using their real name. Under the new proposed system, invoices can only be considered verified if individuals filing them using their real names, and the names will be accessible to the public via a national database. This poses problems to workers who wish to keep their real names private, such as manga artists and virtual YouTubers. So far, Japan's Ministry of Finance has provided scant details regarding how the system will work for pseudonym-heavy occupations. On October 8th, the Citizens Liaison Group for Tax Justice, headed by lawyer Kenji Utsunomiya, submitted questions to the Ministry of Finance. The answers, as reported by Shueisha Online on Saturday, were not promising. The Ministry of Finance is reportedly not considering countermeasures for privacy-related issues, responding that it did not believe that listing a person's real name is highly risky personal information. Dog, he must be like really old. Do you not understand how the internet works, that you could literally be live streaming and get doxxed? Like, there's so many different ways that people can get your information down to where you live, your relatives. So giving a private person's actual identity name, that's all it takes. Like, okay, this name, we know their age more or less, like boom, then they have everything. And we're gonna get to that in a second on how even more so that is very dangerous to not only the authors, not only the creators, but also the industry in general. According to a representative, the individual's real name was chosen over addresses or telephone numbers as a point of identity verification for this reason. The database will be open to commercial use. The MIF clarified that its purpose is to allow companies that deal with a large number of clients to verify invoices in batches instead of identifying the individuals one by one. I bet that's a load of hooey. The ministry currently has no plans to review or change the identity identification system and is proceeding with the system according to the law. Critics of the reform argue that the system prioritizes convenience for large corporations over individual privacy. That is definitely facts. They're straight up catering to big businesses so they could do a little bit less work and make more money. Although it is voluntarily to file verified invoices, freelancers are strongly incentivized to participate in the system in order to retain work. The system will also subject invoices to consumption tax, which puts a heavier burden on freelancers and sole proprietors, which previously operated under a tax-exempt status. The voice actor advocacy group Voication opposes the invoice system. A Change.org petition has over 80,000 signatures as of press time. I'll try my best to remember to put that link in the description so you could sign, because this is bad. And I'm going to tell you how right now, not only this affects your favorite authors, this affects you. This affects you. This affects me, right? Because let's take a perfect example. I'm going to go back since, it's a big talk of the town right now. Bleach. Remember back when there was a certain scene in the Thousand Year Blood War with Byakuya that pretty much Kubo was receiving death threats over and ultimately had to change the outcome in the end because of that reason. And that's not even Kubo's real name, but of course Kubo's like one of the most notable figures in manga. Like, dude had the swag of the century. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was the dude, so to speak. So just imagine tomorrow, My Hero Academia, Black Clover, One Piece, you name it, but in particular like Jujutsu Kaisen, for example. If the author of Jujutsu Kaisen did something that fans deemed to be not of their liking, they're going to be bombarded with death threats. They're going to be bombarded with basically people, hey, yo, what are you doing? People could be showing up to their house because it's not that hard to find somebody's address, information, and all that stuff once you got their name. Like, you know their name, basically around their age, and boom, you will find all this person's information. So now, not only is that a possibility and an inevitability of people basically rioting whenever they don't get their way regarding different authors' works and whatnot, but on top of that, that's now going to be stored into the mind of these creators that previously operated under these pseudonames of, hey, if I do something that these people are unhappy with, something bad could happen to me. Something horrible could happen to me, my family, anything that possibly some of these people can think of could go wrong. So now, maybe certain plans that authors had, or just in general in the future, when they get to certain points of certain plot twists or character depths or you name it, they might not go that direction. They might be a little bit too afraid to take that turn because people are going to have now access to them fully, and it could be bad. It could be really horrible. And again, going back to the mangaka in particular, all they gotta do is look, okay, let's just say, for example, Kohei Horikoshi. Let's just say he was hiding his identity. He doesn't, but let's just say, for example, you find Kohei Horikoshi, you go and look up, okay, this dude named Kohei Horikoshi makes, 3 million a year. Just an example. I don't know how much Kohei Horikoshi makes, but just an example. Oh, 2 and 2 together. That's the author of My Hero. Likewise with Jujutsu Kaisen, you just look up, hey, so these are the people that are making bank over there, especially considering the fact in the times we're in right now, the amount of bad things that is happening in the world for people that are really desperate, financially messed up after the pandemic and the current financial economic system we're in. It is really bad that they're doing this. They're not worried about the authors. They're not worrying about the creatives. They're not worrying about the people that bring forth this entertainment. They're worrying about the convenience of giant corporations so they could cut down on some budgets. Like, that's legitimately the only thing that is basically showcasing. There's probably more behind it. There always is extra layers to the situation, but this is horrible. This is actually going to affect a lot of stories moving forward. Granted, I'm not saying that authors are going to be tippy-toeing. Some authors, like I said, they go straight up, hey, I'm Yuki Tabata. Look at me, bro. Shout outs to Tabata. But there's authors that absolutely are out there and they're prominent, but some of them don't. Some of them alone just don't even want to be known. They just want to create really awesome works and leave it at that. Maybe they're insecure. Maybe they're shy. And all of this is now going to be basically thrusting them into the spotlight, because you better believe that there's fandoms that absolutely have issues with a lot of these creators, and they will find them. And I don't even know. It's freaking nuts. I can't even believe that they're going to be introducing something like this. And it's starting in October of 2023, so it's only 1 year away. I'm hoping that something changes in between now and then. I'm hoping that they switch things up, because as it stands right now, this could be extremely, horrendously bad for the literature, arts, everything, honestly, because if this is threatening to reveal the identities of creators, Yeah, say goodbye to anonymity. And it makes me think also otherwise, like, yo, if they're doing that with that, imagine when we get to the point where inevitably the government start really cracking down on the internet and making people like, you can't have a YouTube channel called Foreverworld. You gotta use your real name, dog. Like, and again, like I've said, there's plenty of creators that actually operate with their full identity exposed and whatnot, and kudos to them, but some authors just don't want to, and now they pretty much aren't going to have an option, at the very least, if they want to get paid. But definitely let me know what you guys think about this situation. How do you feel about these creators that are going to be forced to expose their identities? If it was me, right, and if it was my situation, I think I'd beat them to the punch. I think I would have, like, let's just say it's the head of Shueisha or somebody at Jump or something like that, right? And they know these creators that they have their identities concealed. I would probably rally up everybody that just wants to beat them to the punch and say, yo, we're gonna do a big showcasing of all of the authors whose identities have been concealed, and just put it out there. That way, hey, before they can do it, before they can think like, oh, we're gonna really get them, hey, these are the creators, can you leave them alone, please? I don't know, just spitballing ideas, but yeah, I don't like this, because at the end of the day, some people, they just don't want to be known. They want to create really awesome, cool stuff and move on with their day. They don't want to be at Walmart buying a freaking, I don't know, groceries or a DVD or something, and somebody saying, ah, yes, Gege, we love that, you know, Sukuna. Well, no, I don't think they'd say Sukuna, but we love Gojo, man. Can you sign our, can you take a picture? Like, wow, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Moving forward, Naruto fans, Boruto fans, people that love that whole shinobi world, I come bearing a lot of really, really exciting, awesome, and just all around let's go type of news. Because for starters, Naruto's 20th anniversary celebration has begun. We've talked about it in the last couple episodes. For starters, they announced that every week they're going to be releasing news. The first up was, hey, we have an official website where all of the Naruto news is going to be posted first. Likewise with Boruto news, it's all going to be right there on that website. Then this week, I don't even know, like, if there's more to this and there's going to be week after week after week of really big news, what more could we ask for? Because they just dropped a load of big, huge stuff on our laps this week. For starters, they dropped a massive, and I mean, I want to talk about this first because it's really freaking exciting. They dropped an enormous, really awesome project on our hands. Almost 10 minutes of reanimated scenes from the Naruto and Naruto Shippuden anime, going back to part 1, going back to, again, Shippuden, and it was absolutely gorgeous. They had some of the most iconic moments, you know, Naruto versus Sasuke, Naruto being saved by Sasuke at the hands of Haku and Zabuza. Like, it was just freaking phenomenal, and they played some of the best anime opening songs as the scenes were progressing and whatnot, and I ain't even gonna lie, it just really reminded me how much I love and appreciate everything that this series brought to my life, whether it be just, you know, the entertaining aspects, whether it be that it was one of the big things that gave me my first jump here on YouTube. Like, I owe a lot to Naruto and Naruto Shippuden because it changed my life. So when I saw this, I'm not even gonna lie, it kind of even brought almost a tear to my eye, because I was like, holy cow, it looks so freaking gorgeous. Some of these scenes, I'm like, oh yes, this is awesome. And then it started getting people talking. It started getting people talking, chitter chatter, people saying that, yo, dog, we would love to see a Naruto remake with this quality. A lot of people were going crazy about it. Some people even think, oh my god, they're remaking Naruto. I want to be very, very clear that that was just for the 20th anniversary celebration. They showcased, again, reanimated scenes. This isn't any sort of confirmation that they're remaking Naruto, that they're doing like a Naruto Kai. It would be fantastic, but there's nothing solid other than, hey, look at this really awesome project we did. Remember how much you love this show, bringing brand awareness to Naruto again, because a lot of people, let's be real, have fallen out of favor with Naruto throughout the years, whether it be they just left from the series altogether or Boruto made them sour. Naruto definitely has had a roller coaster ride of people when it comes to just the fandom as a whole. Now, there was another thing that happened where Mr. Beast came out and was asking how much it would cost to make a Naruto anime at this quality. I believe somebody threw out like a ballpark figure of like, to make it at this quality, it would be like 130,000 an episode or something something like that. And Mr. Beast said, done. Now, granted, I think he was being a little tongue-in-cheek about it, so to speak. I don't think Mr. Beast is gonna reanimate Naruto from the ground up, although he could realistically afford it with all the freaking crazy buku dollars that this man makes. Who knows? That would be a perfect opportunity for another video. Hey, Mr. Beast, if you're watching this, make a big Naruto video or something like that. I don't know, Naruto remade in a comedy sketch or a Naruto challenge. Just throwing some video ideas out there for you, man. I'm sure you already got them, so yeah, just it is what it is. But yeah, that's another thing to consider, the fact that Naruto's 20th anniversary, they put a lot of time and money into that because it was smaller scenes that they just had like a collage of, hey, here's 10 seconds, 20 seconds of this part, that part. That doesn't mean that if they did ideally remake a Naruto anime, that all of the episodes are going to be of that quality. We got to be very clear about that. Like, there will be episodes that will be looking like sometimes what Boruto can look like at times. That's something that is a misconception, that fans feel like, hey, this looks great. It's just like trailers. With trailers, they're going to show you and put their best foot forward. That doesn't necessarily mean that the entire product will look like that. So wanted to kind of clear the air regarding this whole Naruto debacle of like, oh my god, like they're remaking. No, they're not remaking it right now anyway. They're not confirmed. It was just for the 20th anniversary. And they also released a bunch of sketches from Masashi Kishimoto and promo art, which again would lead you to believe that they're doing something at the very least with the IP, other than, you know, what's happening with Boruto right now, because we got a couple of different shots we want to take a look at. For starters, there's one of part 1 Naruto. There's Naruto and Sasuke in the middle with Kakashi, Sakura, Choji. I believe that's just like most of the Konoha 11. You got the Toad at the top and Shukaku. You got Sasuke. Oh shit, yeah, on top of Naruto and Sasuke is Sasuke in its curse mark form, and Naruto with the one tails. Like, this shit looks absolutely awesome. Then you also got Shippuden, Sasuke holding Naruto by the neck, and oh man, that Itachi and Sasuke at the top. Like, yo, this shit just looks absolute fire. Jiraiya drowning in the middle. Ay! Then another one from Shippuden with Naruto in his QB chakra mode, Sasuke next to him. You got Edo Tensei Itachi. You got the legendary GOAT right there at the top, the one that matters the most to me at the very least, Uchiha Madara. And you got Kage up there, yeah. And then over another, we got the latest illustration of Naruto from Masashi Kishimoto. You got Hokage Naruto, a whole bunch of clones of him. You got little Naruto. You got Naruto when he was in Shippuden. And this was, again, for 20th anniversary. And it's nice to see Kishimoto back drawing some Naruto, even if it's just for this. Like, hey, you want to go and draw Boruto, by all means, fam. I won't stop you. I'm just saying. But then we also got a message from Masashi Kishimoto regarding Naruto's 20th anniversary. It says here, Kishimoto's message: anime's 20th anniversary, sending everyone a thank you through the multi-shadow clone jutsu. It's the Naruto 20th anniversary. In celebration, the Naruto official site is now open, not only in Japan, but across the globe for everyone to enjoy. Yeah, because you know that we love our Naruto over here too, dog. In the West, we rock with our boy. As this is a big anniversary year, a ton of projects are being planned, so please check this website for exciting info. I hope everyone looks forward to it, dog. We looking forward to it like a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie, dog. And again, if they already released something like that to that scale, what more are they gonna announce? Because this is just kicking it off. Like, yo, dog, look at this reanimated scenes, a message from Kishimoto, a drawing from Kishimoto, new promo art. It really would make you believe that they have something in the works at the very least regarding like a Naruto remake. So I understand why people feel that way. And then on top of that, like, I just gave you all of that, and on top of that, there's even more, which I am very much so excited. Over on my main channel, I am going to be covering these things extensively. Go check out my main channel. Go subscribe to my main channel. That's the thing that started this whole thing, the catalyst of Forever News to begin with, Forever World. They're going to be bringing, finally, after being announced, I believe at the end of last year, the 2 Naruto Boruto-esque manga. One of them is a Sasuke manga that's going to be released weekly, I believe. And then another one is, if I'm not mistaken, I believe from Asuma's daughter. Let's just quickly read here. Naruto Sasuke story, the Uchiha and the Heavenly Stardust, aka Sasuke Retsuden, light novel manga adaptation by Kimura Shingo will be starting on October 23rd, 2022, available on Shonen Jump Plus. That's the one that I am very much so excited about because I don't believe it's been adapted anywhere. The other one, I believe, was already adapted into the Boruto anime. Naruto Konoha Shinden Steam Ninja Scrolls light novel manga adaptation by Sai Natsuo will be starting on October 29th, 2022, available on Shonen Jump Plus. It looks like straight up that Shonen Jump Plus is going to be the home for everything that we grew up on battle series, we grew up on really awesome stuff like that. That's probably where everything is inevitably gonna go. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, this is just a theory, this is just a speculation, this is just it makes the most sense. Boruto post time skip, please make it weekly or bi-weekly and put it in Jump Plus. Like V-Jump, cool beans, dog. Cool beans on V-Jump. Shonen Jump Plus is the new wave. And this could possibly even be them testing the water. So please, I highly encourage you, when you go check out these manga, go and read it on, you know, whatever official sites so that they get these insights, because they use a lot of these like Manga Plus and all of these apps. They use these as data and analytics for their decisions moving forward. If they see that, oh my god, dog, Sasuke's manga is doing better than Boruto, like, they will bring us a Sasuke manga. That's just how these things go. So please go and support. We got a little bit more info here. It says Shonen Jump Plus details 8 new manga for October and November, including 2 Naruto spin-offs, Holo Live manga. Shueisha announced on Saturday 8 new manga series launching on the Shonen Jump Plus service in October and early November. The 8 manga series launching on the Shonen Jump Plus service are Sherry's Love is 8 Meters, Muscle Island, After School Secret Club, Naruto Sasuke Story, the Uchiha and the Heavenly Stardust, Naruto Konoha New Legend, Steam Ninja Scrolls, Holo X Meeting, Killed by My Younger Brother-in-Law, that's one hell of a title, My Girlfriend with Multiple Personalities. Shueisha first announced the manga adaptations for Jun Asaka's Naruto Sasuke Story, the Uchiha and the Heavenly Stardust novel, and Sho Hinata's Naruto Konoha Shiden, Yukimori Nipponchi novels at Jump Festa 2022 event back in December. As I said, we reported that way back. And yeah, this is a big deal, and I'm still flabbergasted. Like, if they're starting off with these announcements, unless it's going to be downhill from here with the announcements like Naruto stickers, I am very excited for what's in store. And please, for the love of goodness, if you want Boruto to be weekly or bi-weekly, or you want them to focus on other characters from the cast of it, go read these manga, in particular the Sasuke one, I'm just saying, on official sites, because it will give them a world of information that says this is really what people want. Let's move on, you know what I'm saying? Let's get to the things that the fans really want to see. So encouraging that. But either way, Naruto's 20th anniversary, again, they did the 10-minute special, does not confirm anything about an anime remake. Mr. Beast, we're looking at you, dog. Come on, finance that bad boy. And 2 manga that are coming for Sasuke, and a Konoha one, and also we got the illustrations from Kishimoto and the promo art. Like, yeah, let's see what else is in store for Naruto's 20th anniversary. And again, thank you to Naruto for changing not only my life, but everybody that's watching that really loves and appreciates this series. Yeah. Moving forward, Black Clover fans, it is time, baby. I got a whole slew of Black Clover news, in particular for the upcoming movie. Now, it was March 31st, 2021 that we got the announcement and confirmation that Black Clover, despite the TV anime ending, was going to be having a film. After that, it was kind of quiet for a while. We got one illustration, I believe, with the announcement. It was a painting of Asta. Then a little after that, at like a Jump Festa, they released the second half of the painting with Yuno, and it's been a little quiet after that. We got the little tiny teaser of Asta with the black cloak, but it really ain't been nothing substantial. It's just been kind of like, okay, well, what are we doing here, fam? What's going on? But dog, they released let's start off with, I guess, the big information so you guys can get a little grand scope of it. The upcoming Black Clover movie is titled Black Clover Sword of the Wizard King, coming to Japanese theaters and on Netflix March 31st, 2023. Oh, baby. Already alone, that title, Black Clover Sword of the Wizard King. Wait a minute. Does Julius wield the sword? I mean, I know he uses the light, but he don't really wield. What's going on? Don't worry, dog. I'm going to fill you in. But also, this is something that is definitely notable to mention. Coming to Japanese theaters and on Netflix March 31st, 2023. And I believe it'll be Netflix worldwide. That tells me a lot. A little bit of unfortunate news there. It tells me that they probably didn't believe that it would do well at the box office, because realistically, if it was was going to be a banger, like JJK Zero, like DBS, like anything that they put out, they normally immediately go to theaters. Mugen Train, they put it straight into theaters. They probably felt like Black Clover's movie wasn't going to do well outside of Japan, outside of the core home of anime and manga. But I ain't even gonna lie, you think I'm gonna be mad at being able to, on March 31st, pop on Netflix and watch a Black Clover movie, boy? These are the times that I actually am very happy for where we're at in terms of the digital age and the convenience of stuff like that. Hell's freaking yeah, like you better believe Netflix is getting my money on freaking March 31st for this damn movie. Like, absolutely. So that's major. It also gives me a little bit of hope that if they're doing moves like that, they just put Bleach with, you know, Disney and Hulu and stuff like that, there's a high probability that the Black Clover TV anime will return, and it'll probably be straight to like Netflix, like, which is a good and a bad, you know, the whole Netflix jail situation or whatever. But that's definitely a huge possibility if they're putting the freaking movie to premiere on Netflix, baby. Like, oh, I gotta clap it up again, clap it up again. Yo, Netflix, if you put your money into getting this thing done, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, because yeah, Black Clover fans absolutely deserve it, and then some. But trust, I got more, fam, because one of the spoilers that came out of it is movie character design. The previous Wizard King, King Conrad, or simply Conrad, who was designed by Tabata himself. And I ain't gonna lie, when I first saw it, I was like, what the hell? Like, this character is looking a little drippy. Kind of looks a little like maybe Yuno in a way, mixed with like a Yami. Original, definitely, is what I'm trying to say. Like, he has obviously Tabata's character design clearly influenced, but I ain't gonna lie, the fact that, oh, the Sword of the Wizard King, and we're gonna be seeing the previous Wizard King, King Conrad, that means that we're probably gonna have the big villain being a previous Wizard King, and I'm all here for it. And it's probably King Conrad's sword. I don't know if it's that they pull a sword out of a rock and it rebirths King Conrad, or he was banished from, you know, the Clover Kingdom, because being realistic, they never really explored too much what happened to any of the previous Wizard Kings, minus the first Wizard King, and of course Julius. Like, we never really got more clarification, well, who came before Julius and who came before that. So the fact that they're utilizing an idea like that, great freaking idea. I'm not even gonna lie, like, perfect idea, because at first I was thinking, well, what can they really do? Like, you know, you can't really bring back Pantry. Everything that's happening in the manga right now is too new. Like, where are they gonna go with it? Previous Wizard King, Sword of the Wizard King, honestly perfect. Character design looks sick, title is sick, the release is sick, Netflix, like, what more could you ask for? Then we also got one of the first key visuals, a movie Black Clover Sword of the Wizard King illustration of Asta holding a big giant sword, all bloody looking, and I ain't even gonna lie, just again, it looks very, very epic to say the least. We got a little bit of insight on the director. It says Black Clover anime movie director is Ayataka Tanemura, and they released this illustration for Black Clover's 5th anniversary. Not gonna lie, the illustration is side. It doesn't look great, to be honest with you. It's like whatever, but we got a director name, and then on top of all of that, just like a few minutes before I'm recording this right now, they released the first real trailer for it. It's mixed with like old footage from the TV anime, and in it we see a little bit of Julius. We see pretty much the characters that we love, but I was like, okay, if we're seeing Julius and he looks kind of like, you know, regular and whatnot, then more than likely this is going to definitely be pre-time skip, because if Julius is looking normal, it could be that he uses that spell that ages him up, so that's a possibility. It's definitely going to be pre the arc we're in right now in the manga. That's 100% guaranteed, and it looks really freaking awesome, this PV that they showed. Like, the art and animation is looking great, and I am gonna lie, it looks like the wait was worth it, or is going to be worth it, because everything from the release to the title to the big villain, it all sounds extremely promising. And it's unfortunate that, again, probably they didn't believe in Black Clover doing well in the box office, and Netflix was like, but we believe in it. But at the same time, I can't stress enough that I am going to be watching this. I am going to be loving this. I might even make a big theory video on the Black Clover movie and King Conrad, because this actually sounds really dope. It might actually be up already. I don't know. Go check my main channel, For Never World. Subscribe over there. We do all sorts of really awesome anime and manga related content. But again, Black Clover movie, Sword of the Wizard King, worldwide, March 31st on Netflix, Japanese theaters, King Conrad. This is gonna be freaking incredible. Let's freaking freaking go, Black Clover! Moving forward, a little bit of insight into everything that has happened with Bleach over the last week or so. In case you missed it, I uploaded a video a couple of days ago now where I was talking about what's going on. They confirmed that Bleach's 1000 Year Blood War anime over here in the West in particular, the anime will be hitting Hulu, and internationally it will be hitting Disney Plus. But even more so, there was this big thing that got a lot of people frightened because Bleach was removed from Crunchyroll in totality, which means that if you want to watch Bleach, more than likely the only place to watch Bleach if you're in the US is going to be Hulu, and worldwide is probably going to be Disney Plus. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm still gonna stand with, I think that if Disney did get their, hands on this, first of all, I feel like there was a big behind the scenes mess of once the outcry came out about Disney Plus, they probably were like, we really just want to put it on Disney Plus, that's where we're trying to put our money at. And people in the stockholders were probably like, it probably should be on Hulu, fam. Like, anime fans aren't trying to go to Disney, and they're probably like, but we can extend our reach. And people are like, no, dog, just put it on Hulu. That's why I'm imagining that despite Bleach coming out in a few days from now, they pretty much are just now announcing where it's coming to. So there was probably a mess behind the scenes because, again, them wiping it off of Crunchyroll and all that stuff. I felt like that was a kind of mistake too. They probably should have just left it on there, because as it stands right now, until Bleach returns, you can't pretty much watch Bleach anywhere. I mean, I think they might have it all up on Hulu, I'm not really sure, but wiping it off of Crunchyroll and everywhere else, that was a very big, powerful move, and a statement of, yeah, Disney got their reins on Bleach right now, and it's gonna be on Hulu, thankfully, in the West, in the US in particular. But yeah, and in case you missed it, Chris, play that clip so they could see what I was talking about earlier this week with all the info, when, where, all that good stuff of watching Bleach. It says coming to Hulu, premieres 10/10, and it says 8:30 a.m. PT. So is that Pacific time? If I'm not mistaken, wouldn't that be around 11:30 a.m. Eastern time? Forgive me if I'm off on that. So pretty much around noonish every, what's that? The 10th is, Monday. So every Monday around 11:30, close to noon, you got yourself some Bleach anime. There you go. Moving forward, My Hero Academia fans. Now, we've been talking about this for almost a year now, that Horikoshi recently said at the end of last year that pretty much My Hero Academia would be ending within about a year. At the time, I want to say it was like December, was it at Jump Festa? I want to say it was around like Jump Festa, December 2021, that Horikoshi came out with a statement that probably I won't even be here by this time next year because the manga will probably be finished. However, he came out with a statement in the latest issue, I want to say, of Weekly Shonen Jump, the author comments, that says otherwise. My Hero Academia is going to be around longer than we expected. And before we get to that quote, just for starters, there was a bit of miscommunication. We're not 100% sure on what's happening here, because it said My Hero Academia will be on break in Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 46, and the series will resume in issue number 47. But then there was a lot of outcry of people saying, I have the magazine, it does not say break. And then they followed up with, My Hero Academia doesn't have a notice at the end of the chapter regarding this break, but at the same time, the series is not listed in the preview for issue number 46 with the rest of the roster from Jump. We'll keep informing you regarding any news on this, but yeah, as it stands right now, it's unclear whether or not My Hero is going to be on break. There wasn't no break notice, but there's no preview that it's coming in the next issue, so I guess we gotta wait and see on the next chapter of My Hero, and things is heating up and cooking up, so I'm really wanting this consistency, fam. No, not a break right now. No, I'm just playing. Horikoshi, get your rest or whatever. But going back to what we was talking about the series not ending soon, this was Horikoshi's comment in this week's issue of Weekly Shonen Jump. At the end of last year, I said the series would be over in 1 year, but it's already been 10 months. I'm reconsidering it. Basically meaning that he's probably not going to be done within that 12-month time span. I'm still sticking with that it would be around February, but I also want to take into account the business behind the scenes. These are the things that fans don't really take into account when these authors say that they're going to end it, because oftentimes behind behind the scenes, one of the things that happens is they sign contracts. For example, Horikoshi, he more than likely signs a contract of, hey, I'm going to be working from X date to X date, and in the contract it'll say how many chapters he's required to provide or whatnot. And considering the fact that it's been 10 months and he's quote unquote reconsidering, more than likely, if let's just say December is his re-signing time, then more than likely there's a possibility My Hero Academia could be around even another year after what's going on right now. I think that it would be massively stretching it. I don't know if he could, negotiate a 6-month contract, because I said February at the latest. I thought, man, May or June. May or June would be the latest at My Hero, because we're pretty much at the final battle. Like, how could you possibly go a whole other freaking year? But there's a big possibility that if he doesn't feel like, he strongly can wrap it up within that year time span, My Hero could possibly even be around for another year, depending on what type of contracts that they sign behind the scenes. That's why stuff like, for example, Demon Slayer. Remember at the end of Demon Slayer manga, a lot of fans felt like it got rushed and whatnot. It was probably because Gotoge was not planning on re-signing and was like, it ends here, fam. I'm getting it done one way or another. And Horikoshi's probably like, man, it's going to be a really rushed and bad ending if I end it within the next couple months. So My Hero Academia, more than likely not going to be ending within the next couple months. It could very well be around a bit longer, another year max, I'm going to say. But even then, I still think that at that point, it'll be dragged to hell. I'm just saying, I feel like that'll drag it on dramatically, considering, again, it looks like we're in the final battle. Like, Horikoshi will have to pull out some huge plot twists to keep this bad boy going. In fact, I want to throw the argument that it feels like it's been going fast a lot lately, and that's probably because Horikoshi was trying to see, like, yo, if I kind of speed things up, how quickly can I get this done within, again, probably the reins of his contract that he signed. Probably looking at it like, I don't want to screw up my baby neither. This is his baby at the end of the day. He's probably going to go for a lot longer than what we expected. I was thinking February, might be longer than that, to be honest with you. But yeah, My Hero Academia is not ending this year at the very least, so we're a little bit safe for now. And at the end of the day, I really love this series. So as long as it takes, as long as Horikoshi keeps, bringing out some fire, we're here for a while. Moving forward, quick update for Mob Psycho 100 Season 3. It just got released, the episode count. Y'all already know a lot of us are very excited. We just recently talked about the unfortunate news that the English dub of Mob Psycho, his voice actor in particular from Mob, was recasted due to a dispute over unions and contracts and stuff like that. So unfortunate information, and I wanted to at the very least bring you guys something to look forward to. I don't know, because it's just been like a little bit of a shadow casted on this whole situation. Some people are yay, some people are disappointed, like, damn, they recasted Mob, I'm not watching this anymore. Some people are like, well, he should have known that at the end of the day, you get what you signed up for, you get what you paid for. So a lot of back and forth between that, but at the very least we got some good news that Mob Psycho Season 3 is listed for 12 episodes. I expected nothing less. I would have been disappointed if it was even one more episode less, because come on, it's the finale. Like, this, I believe, adapts the entirety of the remainder of the Mob Psycho 100 manga, and I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, if you're a Mob Psycho fan, you're excited for Season 3. It will have 12 episodes, and based on everything we've been told, it's going to be just absolutely gorgeous, banger after banger. I want to say, did it start already? It might have started. Episode 1 might be out already. Like, you might be able to watch right now. So yeah, Mob Psycho, 12 episodes. Let's go. Next up, Berserk fans, I come bearing what potentially could be fantastic news. We're not sure yet, but essentially a countdown has begun for Berserk. Let's jump into it. Berserk sparked speculation with mysterious new countdown. Berserk has carved out a place for itself amongst manga's best series, and the franchise is thriving all these years after its debut. Guts has captivated millions with its journey, regardless of its gore and trauma. Of course, anime lovers have embraced Berserk on their own terms, as the series has prompted a number of adaptations, and now the fandom is buzzing following the arrival of a mysterious countdown. The whole thing got started when Berserk's official website for the Golden Age Memorial Edition posted a new page. It was there a mysterious countdown was shared, and the clock is ticking down to December 11th. At this time, there is no word on what the countdown is about, but fans are all too happy to speculate, and the countdown is basically like the Baylet with a countdown again until December 11th. 11th. Now, we know that they're doing these, you know, I guess I would call them remasters of the Berserk movies, the memorial editions that they're going to also be available to watch on Crunchyroll and all that good stuff. So it's safe to say that they're not going to be doing anything with those movies in particular. What could come from it is a couple of different things, because at the end of the day, I want to say the people that are even handling the remasters of those movies are the same people that made them. Is it Studio C? I forget what the name of the studio is, but pretty much more than likely they still have the rights to do Berserk anime. So I'm going to throw my hat in the ring and speculate that maybe, possibly, unless like the Memorial Edition was their final hurrah before handing over the license to like another studio, maybe they're going to do another adaptation of another arc following the Berserk 2016-2017 anime. And I ain't even gonna lie, if they do that, I feel like that will be a horrible move, because if they do that, more than likely they're gonna continue on with the CG blend with 2D, unless they take the Kingdom route and completely abandon, for the most part, the 3D aspects, because being realistic, it didn't work. It just did not work, and you can't keep on going because it's just going to make things look bad, on top of the fact that Berserk has gone viral a couple different times. Of course, with the untimely passing of the late great Kentaro Miura, the creator of Berserk, like a lot of people have been really digging into Berserk. When I go to my local bookstores, majority of the time Berserk is sold out, and those big beautiful freaking re-editions that they did, it's like, I don't know, 2 or 3 in ones or whatever, like those even are sold out. So Berserk right now is popping very heavily. This is the time to, okay, if you're going to start it from the ground up with a beautiful 2D anime, go do that. Like Netflix, whoever the hell got a check, go do that. Like make that, okay? So the fact that there's a possibility that that studio could still be involved and they might be gearing up for another season of that. Don't get me wrong, I'm in the minority that I'm so much of a Berserk fan that I will watch it and get some sort of enjoyment out of it, just keeping it honest. Like, I really love Berserk, but I really hope that that's not the case. I hope this countdown is counting down to maybe another movie. Maybe they're gonna do a movie adapting something else, or dare I say it, a re-adaptation. And Studio Ufotable, let's go. A man can dream, okay? A man can freaking dream. I want Studio Ufotable, Studio Mappa, bring back the old Madhouse, like A1 Pictures. I don't care, but please, no more of what they did with the 2016-2017 anime. It just didn't work. On top of that, you know, they skipped a lot of stuff. Like, Berserk deserves nothing less than a really dope 2D anime, and it's so popular now, especially in the West, that Netflix, write a blank check for more Berserk. I hate to go to Netflix, but like, they're the biggest ones out there. Like, I'm not gonna put that task on Crunchyroll's back, please. Like, we're still getting over the god of high school. Like, yeah. But yes, people, big Berserk countdown coming until December 11th. Let me know, speculate, what do you think, what's gonna happen there? I'm hoping again for a new anime, different studio, 2D. I don't care, I'll rewatch the Golden Age arc again. If we want to start from the very beginning, faithful adaptation of Kentaro Miura's masterpiece, do that. Like, even if you gotta do 12 episodes a year, do that. But alas, we gotta wait and see. One Piece fans, quick update for One Piece Film Red. Y'all already know they've been tearing it up over there with that film. New York City has been taken over by One Piece, as we talked about last week, that Times Square was gonna have like every freaking screen there with Film Red One Piece all over it. But yeah, let's take a look at the sales, because it says here One Piece Film Red has exceeded 16,200,000,000 yen in earnings, with over 11,690,000 admissions in a 58-day period in Japanese theaters. Let's do the conversion rate, which, if my calculations are correct, it brings us to about like 111 million USD. That is freaking huge. That is freaking enormous for One Piece this late in the game to be doing it. Again, I'm going to continue to credit it to Shanks. Like, Shanks being in the film and being a core central focal point along with his daughter, freaking insane. But also, don't forget, November 4th, if I'm not mistaken, we'll be able to watch it over here in the West, and I'm really looking forward to that. And either way, yeah, one of the biggest. Is this the biggest? I want to say we already reported. It's like, if not the biggest, it's the fastest grossing One Piece film of all time. Like, this is big. Next up, we have an update. In case you don't remember, it was a few weeks ago now that we reported here on Forever News that the head of Kadokawa, one of the biggest publishing companies over there in Japan, was recently arrested on charges of bribery regarding the Olympics over there that happened in Japan. And yeah, it was just really looking bad. Well, now it got worse for the man. Let's read. Kadokawa chair, vice chair resign after alleged Olympic sponsorship bribery. Kadokawa announced on Wednesday Tuesday that it has accepted the resignation offers from its board chair Sugihiko Kadakawa and vice chair Masaki Matsubara. Oh my god, the board chair Sugihiko Kadakawa left. Kadakawa? What the Tokyo District Public Prosecutor's Office had indicted the chair on Tuesday for alleged bribery over sponsorship for the 2020 Summer Olympics. The company also announced that it established a corporate governance inspection committee to investigate the matter and to propose measures to prevent similar issues in the future. The committee members are experts from outside the company to avoid any conflict of interest. In a press conference in the afternoon, the company's president Takeshi Natsuno and other executives apologized for the matter and introduced the corporate governance inspection committee. Despite stepping down from their chair and vice chair positions respectively, Sugihiko Kadakawa and Matsubara remain as board members of the company. The company has not appointed a new board chair or vice chair. This is basically to do damage control. Like, Kadakawa's not with Kadakawa anymore. Like, relax. And yeah, so not only is he facing the legal system, he also lost his head chair, although he's still a member on the board, so it's not like they completely got rid of him. Like, once they get him out of the board, then you know it's bad. Or if they decide to rename Kadakawa, considering Sugihiko Kadakawa is Kadakawa, then you know how things are moving. And I wouldn't be surprised if they rebranded like that. Just looks really bad. Kadakawa was arrested. Like, what? And then also the vice chair got it too. Poor lad. Poor lad. No, hey, you did it. You did it, dog. Okay, people, next up, Chainsaw Man anime update and a little bit of drama that I experienced. Now, let's just quickly read. It was a new trailer that was released for the Chainsaw Man anime, which Chainsaw Man anime begins October 11th. Chainsaw Man anime teaser clip prepares us for the first episode. The Chainsaw Man anime is almost upon us, so a new teaser went online for the first episode, Dog and Chainsaw. The clip offers up a lightning fast preview of the start of Denji's journey as he picks up Pochita and unleashes all hell that breaks loose shortly thereafter. And again, there's the clip there, and that clip looks absolutely incredible. Now, over on my main channel, I talked about it briefly that there was a clip that leaked of somebody from the premiere of Chainsaw Man. Remember, they released they had like an exclusive theater invite only of like the first episode or two of Chainsaw Man. And in that clip, I reacted to said clip and I said, yo, this looks bad. And if this is the precedent that they're setting for some of the CG scenes, this looks really bad. And the amount of hate and backlash and twisting of my words that I got was abnormal, to the point where I was like, dog, I'm a grown-ass man. I'm not dealing with this. Like, okay, y'all win. And I just deleted the video and said, it is what it is. Because basically, me reacting to said clip, right, as a consumer of this content, like, people could say all they want, whatever, Chainsaw Man. Like, I was on Chainsaw Man before a majority of people. Not that I'm bragging, not that I'm saying that makes me, like, special. Like, I just really love Chainsaw Man from jump. And after releasing, again, my reaction to said clip, and as a consumer, being simply worried that, yo, dog, if this is potentially what's to come, this could be bad. Just, again, speculation based off what I've seen, and the amount of people basically saying that I switched up, as if anime is some sort of clique and we have loyalty to fandoms, but that's a different story. But saying that I switched up and twisting my words, saying that I'm saying that Chainsaw Man is gonna suck. Like, I'm being what you're supposed to be, especially in my position where I have an audience, telling people, hey, this is a possibility. Hey, look at what they're showing us. Hey, this is what I've seen. Hey, this is my response and my opinion on what I've seen. But fans didn't want to hear it. Fans basically was acting like if I was Satan himself and I was basically defecating on their face by giving my opinion on something. And that's a whole other discussion and a whole other topic regarding anime and manga fans that can't take any sort of criticism about their series, even if it's valid. Even if I'm saying, hey, this is what I've seen. Like, I'm watching it with my own two eyes and I don't think that this looks good. This could be a bad precedent. I mean, everything else has been looking awesome and amazing, but maybe there could be some bad CG scenes. That's all. And yeah, it was just a really nasty display of people with personal attacks and all that stuff. And I guess my message is like, yo, dog, relax, chill out. Like, at the end of the day, people are allowed to have opinions on what they've seen with their own two eyes, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to bring this into a negative fashion. Just, hey, Chainsaw Man is looking amazing. There was a clip that was released that was shot on a camera far away that didn't look great, but everything else looks fantastic. There you go.
Oh, shut up. You switched on Chainsaw Man. My mom made me a sandwich this morning. Ah!
That's pretty much how the Chainsaw Man fandom was acting, yeah. Next up, quick update for To Your Eternity anime. You already know season 2 is on its way. And right here, a trailer was released and it says, To Your Eternity Anime Season 2 new trailer released, and a broadcast begins October 23rd. So on October 23rd, we begin again with one of the most depressing and sad anime that I've seen in quite some time, dog. That shit is really sad. And yeah, it begins again. Hopefully they stick more solid, because I remember with To Your Eternity, there was a few episodes where the art and animation was kind of a little bit like there would be some episodes that were some of the most impressive displays of animation, like when the main character is switching back and forth from different forms. I was like, oh my god, this is incredible. And then there'll be some episodes where I'm like, So hopefully the art and animation is really solid. But yeah, October 23rd, new trailer, looking pretty good. Can't wait. Moving forward, we got some updates on the total sales for a few different series. Let's take a look. For starters, Martial Magic and Muscles has reached 4 million copies in circulation. That's crazy. We'll probably be about 5 million, I want to say, by the time the anime debuts, which is about a little bit half of what Chainsaw Man did by the time the anime got announced. So that's not bad at all. 4 million, honestly, that's a pretty big hit considering it's 100 and something chapters in without an anime. So shout outs to Martial Magic and Muscles. Then Chainsaw Man, as of right now, has reached 16 million copies in circulation, and the anime still hasn't come out yet. It comes out in a few days, but that is insane. And that just goes to show that sometimes when you got the quality and you just strike the match and it actually lights, you can hit fire majorly, like 16 million. Again, this is an anomaly, and I can only imagine what sales are going to look like when that anime comes out, because we already got Chainsaw Man 2 on the way. Back catalog's going to go crazy. Chainsaw Man, it probably will be up there with Demon Slayer in terms of sales. I'm calling it. I could see this being in the hundreds of millions very quickly if things go accordingly, but 16 million for Chainsaw Man. Then we got Akane Banashi, one of Shonen Jump's latest hits. It says Akane Banashi manga now has 300,000 copies in circulation, and I believe there's only 2 volumes out, unless volume 3 came out, but with a couple of volumes, 300,000 in sales. By the way, I ain't gonna lie, the main character's character design just drips out swag from the hair color and everything. Like, whoever is the artist on this series, bravo and kudos to you, because you can freaking draw some really dope characters. Like 300,000 in 2 volumes, yeah, Jump got another one. Then last but not least, we got an update on Sakamoto Days' sales. It says here, well, Sakamoto Days will be getting the cover next week in Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 46 to commemorate its 2nd anniversary. That's crazy. We're at about 100 chapters, and the series has reached 2 million copies in circulation and will hold a character popularity poll. That's really freaking nuts. 2 million in circulation. The manga is about what? I want to say maybe 8 to 10 volumes. Well, let's see. If it's almost at 100, it probably has anywhere from like 7 to 10 volumes out. I might be totally off on that, but I'm gonna bet that, and that's not bad at all. 2 million in sales. It came out around the same time as Martial, and Sakamoto Days is not like a typical, you know, shonen battle series. It's this old fat dude that is a retired assassin that basically his previous life keeps coming back to haunt him. So yeah, 2 million for that. When the anime comes out, if it hits the right demographic, it'll be big. And while we're on the topic of new hits that are coming out, it is freaking nuts what has happened with this series. It's been a roller coaster, and the series is only like a handful of chapters in. Ruri's Dragon, y'all know that, if in case you don't, basically the author came out, had a few chapters, got sick, went on hiatus a couple different times, and then was put on an indefinite hiatus. Then last week here on Forever News, we talked about that the series has seemingly been labeled as a Jump Plus title, meaning it's more than likely getting removed from Weekly Shonen Jump. So whenever it does return, it'll probably be in Jump Plus, and probably the only reason they're even giving the luxury to this series to be able to return is right here because of this. Ruri Dragon Volume 1 appears to be selling out at certain Japanese bookstores within 1 day of its release. It should be noted that many bookstores lately tend to experience different distribution dates within the first few days after the supposed release of volumes. Still, considering the nature of this notice, series will more than likely need future reprints. And just at the store you can see, yeah, they got basically sold out sign for it, which more than likely means that this is going to be a major title whenever it returns. It comes back to Jump Plus, because it's only 1 volume. I think there's only enough for 1 volume to come out. out and it's selling like this, which is also gonna, maybe inadvertently, or who knows, maybe this is by design, going to build massive hype and anticipation for the next volume. So however this happens with Ruri Dragon, this is already a success, and it's only one volume deep, and there's not even enough content to make another volume. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the success is gonna be, and I should probably check it out, right? Like, it's selling for a reason. I'll probably give it a go. It's what, again, like 6-7 chapters. I'll give it a read. Next up, quick update for fans of the Kingdom anime. It's nuts as it is. Kingdom anime season 5 has been announced, and broadcast will begin January 2024, and they put out this promo image of, I have no idea what character that is, but his design looks sick. And yeah, Kingdom is such a weird freaking, I guess, string of events regarding the anime, that the manga is highly beloved. It sold before an anime, kept selling around the same, if not slightly better with the anime adaptation. Like, I, in my mind, feel like the anime has no bearing on the success of the manga. It's kind of like, it probably even has, to a certain degree, either two different audiences or people that just really love the manga and they'll jump into the anime, because if I'm not mistaken, I think the first season and maybe even the second season was heavy with CG, and then season 3 and on, it's been straight traditional 2D anime, and it's crazy. We're on season 5 now, which means that it's doing well enough that they're continuing it. And I mean, the manga is a massive hit regardless. Like, if the anime ended tomorrow, it has no bearing on the manga's success, because it has been a top 10 seller year after year with no anime, or an anime that people didn't care about until probably more recently. I've heard a lot more good things about Kingdom's anime in the last couple years, opposed to, again, the train wreck of hate that it got with the first couple seasons. But yeah, Kingdom season 5, January 2024, it's a happening. Next up, let's jump into the Weekly Shonen Jump and Weekly Shonen Magazine author comments, courtesy of Jose_Ke. For starters, we got Gege Akutami Jujutsu Kaisen. They're gonna do a sequel to Constantine. Will Tilda Swinton's Gabriel be in it? Yeah, I heard about the Constantine sequel. That was so random, but I'll take it. Then we got My Hero Academia's Kohei Horikoshi. I was grilling some Pacific Sauri and the kettle I had on the burner melted. I'll be more careful next time. We got Black Clover's author Yuki Tabata. You go outside and it's cool. My favorite season, fall, is upon us, and my mom sent us grapes. Shout outs to Mom Dukes. We got Hajime Komodo from Martial Magic and Muscles. Roar! Just keep working hard a little longer. God, I know how that freaking feels to have that mindset. Yeah, work a little bit harder. And yeah, that's pretty much all we got from Jump. Let's jump over to Weekly Shonen Magazine. Ken Wakui from Tokyo Revenger. I bought a lot of winter outfits this year. I want to head out in style. Hey, yo, swagging it up. Let's go. Hey! George Morikawa, author of Hajime no Ippo. I played the Gate Phone with Hiro and the others. And there's a little note. This seems to be an online drawing game, and the Hiro he's talked about is most likely Hiro Mashima, because he'd be on basically streams with him talking. They actually recently had a live stream where Hiro Mashima was on there, George Morikawa was on there, I believe one of the creators of Dr. Stone was on there too. Yo, in my opinion, the dude from Dr. Stone really wants to leave Jump. Like, he always be rubbing elbows with Weekly Shonen Magazine authors, and it's like, just make the jump already. Like, you'll be huge over there in Weekly Shonen Magazine. Just do it! Do it! Hiro Mashima, author of Eden Zero, Fairy Tail, all of that good stuff. I was out of breath after minimal effort after returning to the gym for the first time in 3 years. Oof, I know that one. We got Nakaba Suzuki, author of Four Nights of the Apocalypse. My editors have changed. Yizawa, thanks for all of your hard work. Let's go out to drink again sometime, okay? Talking about drinking. Been saying this for like a couple of years, yo. Nagaba Suzuki, you like the alky a little bit too much, oh mate. We got Kei Urana, author of Gachi Akuta. There are so many video games. Yes, there are. And we'll close this off with To Your Eternities, Yoshitoki Oima. I want to get my TV repaired before the anime starts airing. Yeah, TV repaired. Wow, I haven't heard somebody say that in a good minute since like the days of the box TVs. But yeah, people, those were the Weekly Shonen Jump and Weekly Shonen Magazine author comments. Always a treat. And we'll close this bad boy off with the top 50 best-selling manga of the week, courtesy of Jose_Ke. So we got 50 through 41. We got One Piece Volume 102, 12,700 this week, bringing its total to 1.89. We got Spy Family in the house with another. Oh my god, man, Spy Family is, that anime has taken a already successful series and launched it into freaking oblivion. That shit is at what, 1.7 with the latest volume, volume 9. Then places 40 through 31. One Piece Volume 103, 13.9, 1.8 total. Really dope stuff there. I I still can't get over how freaking awesome that cover looks. That shit looks sick as hell. Then we got places 30 through 21. Let's see here. We got Hallelujah, baby. No, we got My Dress Up Darling. I keep hearing like that is really freaking popular. Let me know if you a fan of My Dress Up Darling. I keep hearing how great it is. That did 18,000 in 2 days. Jeez. Detective Conan Hani no Hanza. Oh, and that was a limited edition. Wow. Detective Conan spinoff with 19,000 this week. In 4 days, 51,000. Gosh, dang. Record of Ragnarok, Volume 16, limited edition, 19.7. Those limited editions, dog. It's pretty much like the deluxe edition of albums. You know what I'm saying? We got Tokyo Revengers at number 17 with 24,000, bringing his total to 753. Oh, the Zatch Bell. This is, I was skipping over a few things in the last one. Forgive me. Zatch Bell 2, Volume 1, the sequel to Zatch Bell. In 10 days, 71,000. Not bad at all. Wow. I wouldn't mind checking that out. I remember having a lot of fun with Zatch Bell. At number 12, Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 20 with 27,000, bringing his total to 1.4. World Trigger, 24 days, 379,000 total. World Trigger fans have shown up. Shout outs to you guys. Then top 10. At number 8, Chojin X Volume 4 in 10 days, 60,000. I know a lot of people didn't like it. I know a lot of people were like, Fadeb, how could you have an opinion that differs from mine? But I'm still gonna stand with, I would like more Tokyo Ghoul. I don't really know about Chojin X. I mean, I only read up to chapter 15, so maybe it'll get a little more exciting for me. I mean, it was dope from what I read, but it just wasn't like blowing me away like what Tokyo Ghoul did. Then I skipped out on this one last week, which, forgive me for this, the new series from the creator of Full Metal Alchemist, Yomi no Sugai Volume 2, with 37,000 this week. In 14 days, 153,000. Oh, it's a hit. It's a hit. It's gonna get an anime. It's a hit. Hells yeah. Number 6, Sousou no Frieren Volume 9, in 11 days, 221,000. That shit's gonna be huge, especially the anime is coming. It's already huge, and anime's on the way. My Dress Up Darling Volume 10, 88,000 in 2 days, and then if you add the limited edition, that's pretty much over 100,000. Dope. Detective Conan 102 in 11 days, 287,000. Record of Ragnarok, 126,000 in 6 days, and the anime is coming, and it's probably not going to do nothing for it, but yeah. And then number 1 yet again, Kingdom Volume 66 in 10 days, 448,000, 156 this week. Kingdom probably doesn't need the anime either, but shout outs to the anime and Kingdom manga doing very well. And yeah, people, that's all the stories we have for today's episode. I'm Fneb World, and as always, people, have an awesome day, and remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, bye! Have an awesome day, peace, and you guys just watched another episode of Forever News! Have an awesome day, subscribe and hit that bell, yeah!
I have a dream, alone in my room as I sit with the tea. Couldn't possibly think what I often see, and you don't even know how I often blink. Lights be flashing and looking at me, such an odd, unique, yet I'm so unique, and you're looking at me. If the walls could talk, they would probably read bleak, and I'd probably say, bitch, get the fuck off me.